Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. Well, for the last few months I've been holding on to a little secret, but I think it's finally time to let the cat out of the bag because bright and early tomorrow morning I jump on an airplane and I take off to the fabulous Las Vegas. That's right, I'm going to the SEMA show. I can't wait. Well, a few years ago when I started this channel, I absolutely had no idea what I was doing or where this channel would end up in the future, but my vision initially was to go through and encourage fathers and kiddos and guys on really tight budgets to keep turning wrenches on these old trucks, just like my dad and I did when I was a teenager. We were just able to go through and create a lot of great memories, and hopefully you guys can pass that down to your kiddos too. Now, the last couple of years as this channel's really started to grow, I've had the opportunity to go through and meet a ton of cool folks and to do a lot of fun things, and hopefully we can continue on in the future because I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do. But none of this could have happened without the support from you folks. So a big shout out to everybody that supports the channel, subscribes, follows us on social. I couldn't do everything that I want to do without you guys, so we do truly appreciate it. Now, if you happen to be new to our channel, I am a huge fan or hoarder of 67 to 72 GM trucks, and the last couple of years things have just completely gotten out of control. I'm buying, selling, flipping, and hoarding too many trucks and too many parts, but I'm sure having a lot of fun. Well, a couple of years ago I tried buying a 1971 GMC 1500 that had the most perfect green patina from my buddy Jeff, but that thing sat in title limbo for like 5 months. He just could not get that straightened out from the previous owner, so I had to let it go, and I snagged up a 1971 Chevy C10 long bed that my oldest daughter named Bluey. I kid you not, the day after I brought Bluey home, Jeff called me and said, "Hey, got the title in on the GMC so you can come and get it." And of course that's what I did. Bluey sat in limbo for about a year. I couldn't decide what to do with her, so I was gonna keep her, then I was gonna sell her, and I was gonna part her out. Then I got a couple complaints from the city for having too much crud on the property, so I just threw her out on Marketplace to see what would happen. Well, a couple days after I posted her, a guy out of Texas hollered at me and said, "Hey, can you send me some more pics? Got a few questions." And a couple days after that, he called me and said, "Hey, my business partner and I," which I thought he meant his wife, they'd take the truck, but they couldn't come up for a few weeks. So he just threw a few $100 down on it. And I didn't know who I was really talking to until the conversation carried on a little further. And it was Michael Satterfield from the Satterfield Group. He also is the founder of the gentlemanracer.com. Well, he told me that Distinctive Industries, you know, the huge 60s, 70s, and 80 reproduction interior company, the truck was going to be for them, and it was going to be for the SEMA show. So I was like, okay, this is a prank call now, right? You're telling me Bluey's going to SEMA? And he's like, absolutely. Send me the VIN number so I can get it registered. And I'm like, wow. So what Michael told me is that Bluey was the perfect match for Distinctive Industries because it had the right patina and the color matched their logos. Now, Distinctive Industries was founded in 1969, and their plan with this truck is to go through and make it look like an original parts runner that they would have been using over 50 years ago. I mean, how cool is that? Well, a few weeks after we made the deal, Michael and one of his business partners, Richard from Apex Auto Works, they shot up to Kansas from Texas, got a U-Haul trailer, we shot a quick video, and boom, they had to get it right back down to the shop because that was only going to leave them about 50 or 60 days to take old Bluey and transform it into Distinctive Industries parts runner. So it was my understanding that they were going to pretty much leave the outside of the truck looking the same, just clean up some of the patina, and then add Distinctive Industries logo and lettering. And a few weeks ago, Michael sent me a sneak peek. Sean Starr's the one that went through and painted up the logo and lettering, one of the best in the business, and it turned out phenomenal. I mean, it looked like that has been on there for 50 plus years, so big shout out to Sean. And I know they're gonna go through and add a flatbed to the truck as well, since it didn't have one when I sold it, but then they're gonna go through and load it full of interior boxes like it was making parts runs 50 plus years ago. I mean, how stinking cool. Well, if you guys aren't familiar with Distinctive, they are the industry leader of manufacturing factory original interiors for 60s, 70s, 80s, and some exotic vehicles out there. And they sell direct to dealer, so if you want to buy their products, you can go to Summit, Jegs, CJ Pony, Eckler's, or even call your local interior shop and they can get it ordered for you. Now the original plan is to keep the outside of the truck looking pretty much the same, but when you open the door, it's going to be new, it's going to be modern, it's going to be sleek and comfortable with all of Distinctive's interior products. And they just came out with a new seat called the CTX that'll fit in C10s. And this seat's awesome. I mean, cup holders, all the different colors and patterns and stitching. I mean, this seat's awesome, and I can't wait to get one in my own truck. So you doing okay? Check out my cool dinosaur walkie-talkie watch that we can crush some candy up for you. I love you too. So this stinks. My oldest had a girl run into her front permanent teeth knocked almost completely out. She had to have oral surgery where they shoved it back in, stented it the day before Halloween. So this poor kid hasn't been able to eat any candy. Trick-or-treated the other night, but couldn't eat anything, so miserable. Ugh. So I've been super stoked to see how this truck's gonna turn out, and Michael says the plan's to debut it at SEMA, and then they're gonna take it to a bunch of shows like Good Guys and C10 Nationals in Texas next year. So I said, yeah buddy, I will definitely be at Nationals in May to see this in person. And he says, why don't you just come out to SEMA and see it there? I said, that's great, but getting access or approval to SEMA is not easy. But he gave me some recommendations and ideas, so I applied, and 3 weeks later, I got approved. So the C10 truck nerd is going to his first SEMA show. Now I figure this should be a pretty wild week in Las Vegas because day one of the SEMA show is the 2024 presidential election. So I figure if the world comes unglued, what a better place to be than old Sin City. Now I haven't been to Vegas in over 15 years and I've never been to SEMA, so I need a lot of recommendations from you guys. If you've been to SEMA, what are the must-dos and what should I completely avoid? Because I hear you could spend a couple days walking around and you only see half of it. I've also got access to the Apex show at the Venetian, so should I hit that one too? Type down in the comments what you guys think I should do, what I shouldn't. I'm going by myself, so I'm gonna have a lot of time to roam around, and I love architecture, so I'll probably go through and check out the Sphere and get on the high roller, that big old Ferris wheel thing. I like to look at stuff, and you know, I'm kind of a social butterfly is what they say, so I figure I'll talk to a bunch of people on there too. Now a few weeks ago I was invited to my very first podcast with the guys from the Untitled Car Project, which was awesome. Now Rob, Grant, and Jeremy, they went through and just talked to me about my journey with all the C10s and how to run this YouTube channel, and we just had a blast. Well, come to find out, they're also going to SEMA for the first time, so we hope to meet up and maybe do another podcast and just have a good time together. So if you guys haven't heard of the Untitled Car Project, I'll put their links down in the description below, but they're a good group of dudes. So I've pretty much waited to the last minute to book my flight and hotel because one, I'm a procrastinator, and two, I was trying to find the best last minute deal that I could because I'm cheap, and I think I found one, but well, I don't know that there's any good deals during SEMA week for Vegas, but I don't have to sell my plasma to get out there, so I guess that's a win. But truly, I was kind of dragging my feet the most because I wasn't sure if old Bluey was going to get done in time. But talking to Michael a few days ago, he didn't know. You know, it was a maybe. So if it gets done, it gets done. If not, no big deal. I'm still going to Vegas. I'm still going to enjoy SEMA and have a blast. And I'll get to see this truck finished up sometime soon. So it's still going to be a great time. Now, I've got to give a big shout out to Michael, Richard, and Distinctive Industries because they've set this whole journey in motion. You know, when I bought old Bluey a couple years ago, I had no idea that I'd end up at the SEMA show in Vegas because of it. So big shout out to you guys. This is going to be awesome. So I know several folks have been asking me about the shirts that I wear in the videos and are they for sale? And the answer is yes, they are. I just got another batch made up and a limited number of them. And you guys that ordered shirts from me, I'll get those sent out to you as soon as I get back from Vegas. But I don't have e-commerce set up on the website yet. So the only payments I can take right now are through Venmo or PayPal, or if you're old school, you could even send me a check, I guess, if you wanted to. But you can shoot me a message through FaceBase or InstaSnap or shoot me an email, and I can give you the sizing, prices, colors, everything that I've got in stock right now. But once we get, you know, a grasp for what's selling and what's not, then I'll start mass producing more of those. Well, if you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, we're still trying to hit that 20,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. So if you know a couple thousand people looking to watch YouTube videos, just send them our way. And make sure you guys follow us on social this week, because I'm going to try to post a bunch of pictures from Vegas until I can get some videos made. So should be a lot of fun. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching. I've got to get up because my flight's at 6 a.m. So I'm going to go take a nap.